All right, so Pisces. Let me tell you like this, right? Pisces are like creatures, man. And here we are hurled into an earth that abides by rules that are structured. And we are like fluid. We are a fish inside a fluid. We don't care for structure. It's not part of our elemental foundation. You know what I mean? And so back to this monster thing, right? The thing with Pisces is we don't want to reveal that monster. We don't want to show the earth that monster. So when we flow through life, we seek harmony at all times, right? And when that is disrupted, when they say, Pisces have mood swings and stuff like that, when it's disrupted, that's that creature, that's that monster being awoken. And now let me further explain as well, like this monster is highly protective of people at the same time. It's a kind of awkward position because Pisces get the rap for being timid, right? And, I understand that, sometimes we're the first to take action and sometimes we're the last. And we are the creatures that want to prevent becoming that creature, revealing that creature. So what happens is we end up wearing these many faces through life that sometimes people call us flaky for doing so. And it's really not it's not like we're doing this to hurt anyone. We're not even doing this to hurt ourselves. It's actually a protective mechanism of our own as well. Like, this is what we're born to do. This is our quality. So, I've learned this exactly when I started doing astrology, right? Deeper into astrology, because I was like, why is Pisces able to do all of the other signs and everyone else is not able to? So I remember we used to play Mortal Kombat when we were smaller and stuff, and I used to always pick Chang Sung. I knew how to fight with all of them. I was good at it, right? But I always picked Chang Sung so I could change into everybody and use everybody's moves. So that's really like how a Pisces is. So when I started doing astrology and I figured out by reading the charts that, based upon a certain aspect, we can behave in that manner. So I can act like a Leo right now if I wanted to. I can get real showy. I can get animated. I could not agree with your opinion. You could show me the facts, the stats. I'd still say no. He can't beat him. No. I can do all of that. So you may see Pisces being in a lot of acting positions and stuff like that, right? So, I'm bringing it in. Trust me when I tell you. So that brings out what we're truly capable of doing, which is being a visionary, which is having large, vast amounts of creativity inside that we want to bring out to the world. Now, here's where the difficulty comes for us and for you, because this is where you may think that we're confusing. It's because we got to get out there and rub shoulders with the mundane. When I say mundane, I mean like, basically, what are you guys doing tonight? Talking to a Pisces, and Pisces be like, I don't know, I'm probably going to be in a house watching a movie or something. What are you doing? Oh, we're going to the bar to drink and sing karaoke. And Pisces is just like, okay, like a Pisces will go with you to feel like they're part of this society that participates in mundane activities. And this is not to shoot anybody down who bar hops or whatever. Whatever you do, you pick your own pleasure, you pick your own poison. We understand that too. But it was like, let's say, for instance, that a Pisces says, oh, I don't want to go. And then they'll be like, oh, come on, man, you don't come out enough. Come on, come out. And this is for the Pisces that is not a party animal, mind you. I'm going to get to that later. But like, come on, we got to bring you out the house. Come on anyway. But, before we go, why you don't want to go? Oh, because they're going to be playing music excessively loud and they're going to be drunk, so drunk that they're going to start fighting. And you guys are going to get so drunk too that we're going to end up getting kicked out of the place. So they say, oh man, you talk too much crazy stuff. Come on, let's just go out. So we go out, and what happens? The exact thing happens that the Pisces says. Now you may say, you're a bad luck person. You always talking negative. What's going to happen if you wouldn't have said something? Maybe. The point that I'm making though is that the Pisces always strikes out when they tell themselves, look, this is not for me. I'm not going to do this. However, they bend for their friends or their associates or their acquaintances for the sake of networking to, be socially involved like everyone else is. So they go and they beat themselves in the head. They step on their own foot and they say, see, you shouldn't have went. Now you got kicked out the bar, whatever the case may be. Who knows how far it goes, right? Using this as an example though. this can range from the smallest of things to the largest of things. And this brings me to say, like, Pisces understand the mundane world and the spiritual world. They'd rather be in the spiritual world. So, but they also know, or really it's their friends who tap them on the shoulder and say, look, you're such a creative, but you know, we're going to need a couple of players on the ground in order for this thing to come into fruition. So later on in life, wise Pisces understands that and starts putting the plays together and stuff. One of the reasons why Pisces didn't want to go to the bar is because they don't understand the spiritual like he does. Like, sometimes he'll bring it up, or she'll bring it up, right? And they'll be like, well, that's deep, you know, that's deep, or it'll fly right over their head. They don't absorb it. And this is not everybody or not all of their friends, but the people that do this, it's kind of embarrassing for Pisces. So they have to sit with this, these beliefs or these studies and these innate knowledge, as a matter of fact. They have to sit with this and either isolate or find their tribe, find people, connect with people who understand them on that level. You understand what I'm talking about? And it's difficult when you can understand both levels. You could be in the mundane and the spiritual. However, people don't want to tap into the spiritual with you. They'd rather be in the mundane. And, you know, Pisces will look at situations such as, you know, people coming to church all of a sudden out of the blue, like throughout the whole year. Now they want to be there on a certain Sunday because they found that they need something that's deeper, or something that has understanding, something that has purpose, and they haven't found that running through the mundane world. And Pisces looks at this and they understand it, like, see? And Pisces naturally taps into this energy, is pretty much what I'm saying, right? So you got the two fishes on each side. You know, people say, you know, wrong path here, wrong path there. It's not really what it is. It's about the 12th house, really. And the 12th house is where you sit by yourself and you reflect on yourself. And if you're aware enough, you'll determine whether the things you've done, like in the past week or in the past month, are things that you can continue to do in order to advance, or if there are things that you should cut out in order to advance. And this also pertains to people, right? So here we are, these fishes, and we're swimming through life this way. And again, a lot of this mundane activity is held down by structure, right? So you may hear that Pisces may be inside of hospitals. They'll work inside of hospitals, or they'll work inside of prisons because they want to help people. They're so tapped into the spiritual, they don't really care about material things like that, or, you know, like becoming super wealthy and buying extravagant things. And if they wanted to, they could. You understand what I'm talking about? It's that they have to be bored enough with the whole spiritual aspect in order to do so. And the thing is, they are able to cross back and forth. Like, the whole ideology that the fish are tugging apart because this way is negative and that way is positive, that's not true. Pisces they have the capability to go back and forth as they choose. Now, how they do so is a totally different story. Having this innate knowledge on how to tap into the spiritual world and how to be active in the mundane world is something that they can take advantage of if they disconnect from swaths of people that largely associate themselves with the mundane. Okay, so this is why you may see the escapist term being used with Pisces, because, you know, it seems like, oh, they're running, they're timid, they're scared. It's not that. They want to be the best them. They feel like they're over here and you guys are over there anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, what can we do over here that will help you guys out over there? Or that will, you know, how can we construct it so that you guys can relate to it? You know what I mean? And even when doing that, that comes with caution. See, mature Pisces is going to get wise as the years go on. And then Pisces becomes, if not one of the most wisest signs in the zodiac wheel. Probably the most wise sign in the zodiac wheel. You know, I'm not going to be modest about this one. You know, and what happens is Pisces, this is where the sad part comes in for Pisces. So if you're confused about how your Pisces moves, it is because this is the depressing part about being a Pisces. You know that you're either going to be controlled or you're going to be doing the controlling. And what you also know as a Pisces is that you are a medium. You are the mediator. You are the connector to help people understand the yin and the yang, the duality of existence, right? So when you're being controlled, like we don't mind, Pisces do not mind being used. Pisces do not mind helping other people. What they mind is being controlled in a way that does not benefit their creativity and their vision. It does not align with their vision. So this is where you'll also hear that Pisces are real selfish, or Pisces are real controlling and possessive. And it's because 9 times out of 10 that Pisces has been controlled by entities or mechanisms and people, even people, corporations, the whole structure thing. They have been controlled by a structure that hurt them. Like it either it made them depressed, or it made them feel like they were oppressed until they obtained the knowledge that was necessary to break free of that mold. You understand what I'm talking about? So the best thing that Pisces can do for you is to break free of a mold that is detrimental to their creativity and create one of their own, be in control of their own, unless there is an entity that is structured already for Pisces to be in. You know how they say, I think it was a commercial when they're like, they got these school tests where they're ordering fishes to climb trees and then they're testing them on it. You understand what I'm talking about? And that's how, a Pisces may fail, and you're like, oh, Pisces, you got to get it together. You need more backbone and stuff like this. And it's like, no, you don't get it. Like, you want me to climb trees and I'm a fish. You understand what I'm saying? So it's better for Pisces to be in that element. So don't be too confused when Pisces is doing things that seem abnormal or irregular, or they don't follow in a pattern, because they actually do possess a pattern. It's another thing I want to talk about, synchronicity. Like, working memory is a huge thing with a Pisces. So like I said, we deal with creativity, and Pisces are like genies, right? So we're like, I guess you can say that's like miracle workers without, putting the twist on it, the mystical twist on it, right? But it's like, for real, you got a dream that you want to accomplish, so Pisces is going to help you. So in dialogue, when you're speaking with one, they're going to remember what you said about past dreams that you wanted to accomplish. And when that conversation or words, even words that cue to that dream, and you don't initiate or be assertive in that moment, then Pisces is looking at you like, but what happened about and then you're like, what are you talking about? And then we're like, you don't remember? And then like, you remember that? I don't even remember that. And then Pisces is pretty much disgusted with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being for real, and it's because that's what Pisces is put here to do, to help dreams come through, especially theirs. And if it can't be yours, a lot of Pisces fail trying to help other people's dreams come into fruition. And it's really like, until they learn, like, listen, it's your dreams. You got to find the people who are so intrigued by you, Pisces, that they're like, you know what, I'm so intrigued by this, I have to help them. I have to put my 2 cents in. I have to put my hand in here and participate in this some type of way. I want to see how this is going to work. And that's where Pisces luck up. That's where Pisces get lucky. They say Pisces do get lucky. Pisces do get lucky when they're aware, all right? Not so much as I'm going to cover right now, but as I said, I will not be able to tell you everything, especially dealing with the 12th house. These are secret matters that, some secrets aren't ever told. What can I say? However, it's an interesting ride. It's an interesting listen. It's an interesting talk. It's above, it's below. I happen to her avatar. She has above average, bra, organized manager. T's Madagascar. See my drive, they reply fast as a NASCAR. TV plasma, queen since a teen, give me keys to your Jaguar. Oh, I'ma hop into my avatar. You should hop into your avatar. Let's update each other's repertoire. As above, as below, I hop into her avatar. She has above average, bro. Hop into that avatar. T's Madagascar. See my drive, they reply fast as a NASCAR. Caged in my cage for days and on that. She
faces I refrain, jealous of Mary Jane because my aim is a mouth. No smoke in my face, don't play that in my house. So obey, okay,